All right. Well, hopefully, folks will be able to see us and hear us now. This stream may end suddenly. My production computer died, and I'm kind of hobbling along until I can get a replacement set up. So, if it does die midstream, I can record it locally, and I will put it up later in its entirety as a VOD. So, anyone out there who misses it, yeah, it'll eventually get up one way or another. Richard hopefully will be joining us in a bit. We'll see how it goes. Um, yeah, so we're back with some BX Dungeons and Dragons. We left kind of in an interesting place the last time. So, Dion, who you playing?
Hello, I'm Dion. I'm playing a C, the level 10 thief.
Yeah.
Indeed you are. Jameis, who you got tonight?
Who am I playing? I have no idea. Galen Rainhorn, apparently, from looking at the character sheet. Some kind of elf priest. I don't know.
Priest, Ranger, something in there.
Apparently, live a late. I don't know if I believe that, but there you go.
And Bill, bringing up the last square on our screen tonight. Who you got?
My name is Bill. I am playing Radnor the Large. He is a ninth level wizard, and he's very large.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And he's breathing air currently, as you are able to wheedle your way into, well, sort of the magium of this place. It's a spire that, of course, since there are books in here, it has to be kept dry magically. And you kind of swam up through kind of a reflecting pool into this conical library where there's just kind of a spiraling up rows and rows and rows of books and scrolls and tablets as far as the eye can see. Each level has a table where someone can lounge and read the books. You notice that some of the merfolks that come up here to peruse these tomes, when they get out of the water, they have legs, which is an interesting turn of events. We're going to start with you tonight, Bill.
All right.
And so, what were you asking for here when you were looking around last? You were looking to find some spells, I believe.
I think I think we had talked about that right before the end, and I had been able to copy teleport and transmute rock to mud,
Okay.
and was
So,
learning those spells.
as you're doing that, and you get some help, there are some helpers around that will lead you to certain areas, certain places that you can find these spells to transcribe, and places where you can spread out and kind of copy into your spell book. You're actually provided with all the inks and materials you need, so you don't have to pay the price to transcribe into your book. Um, but as you're doing this, the spells that you selected are, quite powerful, quite potent spells, and you can't help but notice that midway along the series of shelves that these tomes were taken out and you're transcribing to your book, there's a gap in the shelves about the size of like a door frame. And there's a block of coral there with inset in it, kind of like the outline of something that looks like a very large key, about the size of a full grown, if you were to put your hand on there, it's about that size. It's several inches long and wide. And the shape kind of is reminiscent of a key. Not a keyhole, but, the outline of a key is there.
Oh, is, do I have a key that fits that?
Oh,
Did we
no,
find one
no,
recently?
not that you have recently found or have found in the past at all.
Yeah, I'm gonna look around a little bit and see if there's a key there
Okay.
around me.
While you do find some various artifacts and such laying around, you do not find a key or anything resembling that.
I'm
Huh.
still there with him, right?
Yeah.
Is it like an actual keyhole?
No, it's not a hole. It's like the flat image of a key. So, like you see a loop.
Oh, like a mold, a
Yeah.
molding.
Hmm.
Okay. Hmm. I mean, I wonder if I can like jerry rig something together to like fit in there. Um, I don't really have anything.
Like you're some kind of thief with picking ability? I don't
Yeah,
believe
right.
that.
Well, I can't pick it, but I was thinking if I could like make something in the shape of that indentation. Um, is there like a scholar nearby?
Sure, there are a number of formerly fish folk now walking around on two legs.
Yeah, since I can talk up here, I mean, I'm gonna ask him like, "Hey, what's that?"
Oh,
Oh,
that's the entrance to a lost library, supposedly tomes of great power, lost to
Tomes of
us many
great
ages
power.
now.
Oh, you lost the key?
Ah, yes, yes. I'm afraid in the Great War it was stolen from our mages at the time.
Who stole it?
The Devilmen, of course.
Oh,
Those
is
that
that
attacked
the?
your boats.
Oh, okay, okay, got it. The other fish people.
Yes, the Sahagwin.
Sahuagin. Okay, all right.
Sahugin!
Hadouken.
Sounds like a racially insensitive way to pronounce some Native American tribe.
Uh,
dude, if I have to worry about like what pronouns the Sahuagin prefer, I'm gonna freak out.
they're fish. That's what it is. Evil fish.
Are they
But
really evil though?
Are they?
Sahuagins?
Are they?
Sahuagins? I
Are
mean,
they?
in character, I don't know, but out of character.
I mean, no more
uh,
And
evil
I'm in
than your
cast detect evil, so we
no
can't
more
tell.
evil than your party is. I'm sure. You know.
I'm not evil. I'm not the bad guy. Are we the bad
You are
guys?
definitely the bad guys.
No.
Yes, yes, stolen from us. It was a very, very bloody battle. The city nearly fell. They took many of our young ones.
Hmm.
Oh,
It is a fascinating piece of enchantment. If you'll note, barely two hand spreads of distance into this wall, you'll be in the city proper. There's no physical space behind this block of coral. It's a mystical entrance, a pocket dimension, if you will. Supposedly, some great treasures of our past were there as well. Best contained, I suppose. Best contained.
Hmm. That's
Bill,
unfortunate.
you
Well, if
alright?
we ever find the key, we'll return it.
Oh, well, yes, of course. If you run into it, I'm sure you'll be rewarded quite handsomely. And the knowledge that we could recover from the past times. Indeed,
Maybe.
indeed. That is an interesting spell you are transcribing there, my friend.
oh,
He's actually looking at the page right before your teleport spell is dyspeptic bowels. He's kind of
yes.
looking at it. That is a fascinating spell.
It's very useful. I've actually been thinking about doing some research on a way to sort of expand the spell, so to speak, to encompass multiple targets instead of just one.
Oh yes, it's a medicinal spell. Yes, clears the bowels and
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it
And
does.
it's I would like to help more people, I guess is what I'm saying.
oh, very commendable. Very commendable.
Instinct juice cleanse in 5 minutes.
We will switch to Galen, who has found an ancient and ruined temple to his goddess, or a form of his goddess. You had just found the altar. You had prayed a bit, and you can feel the attachment to your goddess a little stronger here, a little bit more than you have in a very long time. It's very comforting to be in the presence of her once again. At least that's how it feels. And as you stand up, you place your hands upon the altar. And at first, you're afraid that you have caused more destruction to the temple as your hand slides and the top of the altar falls to the ground, cracking, breaking.
Eep.
Yep. Beneath it, it looks like what you thought was the top of the altar was just decades of neglect and coral buildup and just detritus, and beneath it, carved in vast relief, is, well, there's a depression that resembles a key, along with more iconography that you're more familiar with from your goddess. There are scenes of hunting scenes. There's sylvan glades. This is all surface stuff. This is not. So what's being depicted here is not from beneath the waves. So this temple must have once not been beneath the waves.
Okay, so
yeah. So again, the description of it is, it's like if someone were to lay a key flat, and the key is about the span of your palm. So it's just the impression of something that, not necessarily a key, but it certainly looks like a key. It's got a looped end, prong down, and what look like teeth coming off of either side.
well, if it's a good enough impression, you can actually make a key out of it.
I'm not there, but I have a question.
Sure.
Is this depiction of her have like fins?
No,
or,
like I
a
was saying,
fishtail.
the
No,
depiction.
this used to be above the water,
Yeah.
isn't it? That's a situation where you've got some
Okay,
ridge.
Yeah.
you said it was like a version of her, so I was like, oh, is this like a white Jesus thing?
My lady comes in few different forms. This is her opening a shopping arcade.
Yes. Exactly. So that is interesting for a bit as you look at this well-depicted scenery and landscape, and it seems like it's forest either side, and animals are kind of frolicking and moving towards the center, and then in the center is this void where it looks like some kind of impression of a key was.
Is there enough of an impression there to be able to use locate object?
Well, that's a good question. I tell you what. Do you have the spell? Well, you can cast any spell that you can possibly cast.
Yeah.
So
As long as it's not below level, as long as it's not level 5, I can cast it again.
I tell you what. If you have it there for me, please read me the spell.
Oh, do I have it handy? Nope, I have to go look it up. Let's see. Let's race. Who can get it first?
We can go to the handy SRD online. The OSE SRD. Magic. Cleric. What level is it? Locate object. 3rd level. I got it. The caster can sense the direction but not distance of an object. One of 2 types of objects may be located. An object of a general class, a stairway, an altar, etc. In this case, the nearest object of that type is located. A specific object which the caster can clearly visualize in all aspects. You can't visualize it in all aspects because you are seeing a 2D or a flat rendering of it.
Okay.
Now, if you had more information, if you could see what it looked like in the dimension that's missing.
Yeah. Unfortunately, since I am in fact still underwater at the moment, I can't exactly take a tracing of it very easily.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'll study it and also I'll be looking around to see if there's anything else of my lady in the temple. As well as trying to work out what the heck this key has to do with anything.
Make me a luck check.
High, always high. And yes.
Made it? Okay, so yes, again, encrusted with coral and just the age that it's been under here. You kind of loosely see what looks like an amulet. You pick it up and you crack open the growth that's on it. And it is still very much, actually it shines in your hand. It is an emblem of your lady. It is her symbol, or one of her symbols. Very ancient, very old, but you do recognize it. Richard is in the chat, so just jump in, Richard.
Yeah, can I use that as a holy symbol?
Yes, you can.
Because I've already got a holy symbol there, but that can be another one. Cool. Right. daylight savings is going to mess things up for a while. Yeah, I mean, I can easily see DST being responsible. Yeah, mine won't affect this game for another 2 weeks.
All right, so yeah, that's basically it. At one time, this was an open air, like column supporting a roof, and it was just open to nature at one time. But it's pretty much now it looks like
Yeah.
it fell to the bottom of the lake, and there's it's basically inside of a cave now. So there must have been a landfall on top of it.
Just to help get the plot along, once I sort of got a good idea what the symbol is, I shall go and ask people, hey, what do you know about this key thing? Because I know that's going to help get the plot moving. So.
Exactly. Cutting to our halfling, Richard. Who you playing? If you're ready there, I can move on if you're not.
Oh, we can do this. I am playing the halfling, amazing, ongoing type person who's called Scrimbleshanks.
Jam Fig. Oh.
No, Jamfig. He is, being turned into figs as he is mouldering away there now.
Exactly. You have been wandering the city and checking out its delights. The fish folk here seem to take you as a child of your race. They've not seen much in the way of halflings. But you are treated as such. You're indulged. You're given treats.
Oh, wow. That's not so bad.
You can't understand them either, so you don't know that they're like, oh, what a cute little kid.
Indeed, that is true. I
Getting
just...
fed crumpets.
Yes, you've been given a number of odd treats and food and shiny pebbles and stones, which actually, that you look at them, they're uncut gems of various types. Lots of amethyst, some aquamarine.
Oh. Well, I will
you
try
can't-
eating them first of all, just to make sure they're not some delicacies.
Right, and so as you're passing by, what looks like, maybe a den of something, Galen strides out.
I guess I'll wave.
Yeah,
Blah, 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 blah.
yeah, we can't actually understand each other because of that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's him. Oh, good. He found me. Yay.
I will show you the things that I have. Trade on my lovely hand.
Yeah, he's
Yes,
got
very good.
a number of
Pat him on the head. Not only.
just barnacle encrusted raw uncut gems.
Not a bad thing, to be honest. But,
Yeah. So all of you guys know where Radnar and Asi went. It's the tallest
yeah,
building.
because we saw that went
Yeah.
over that way. You know,
Mhm.
But then I'd heard about, there's a temple gone. Yeah, if I say I'm talking about it back to the couple I was talking with earlier at the market or wherever it was, and sort of asked them about the key, maybe get directed to the scholar to move things along.
Sure. Let me do one more thing here. So, Richard, why don't you make me an intelligence check?
Oh, there we go. Come on.
Involve
You
me
know what I use the most
remembering what my
intelligence
intelligence is. I'm not intelligent
None.
enough to remember that.
Animal intelligence. That's why he's a halfling.
Oh,
They're
no, no, no.
beasts.
There you
Success. Okay, so one of the things you notice, I mean, you've covered a large part of the city, at least what you can easily get to by foot, walking in the water or something. You're actually, out of everyone here, you're the one who's gotten most experience in moving around in this environment because you've been moving around. But you're able to notice after several of these meetings with these fish folks who kind of treat you as a child and pat you on the head and seem to indulge you, you're not seeing a lot in the way of young fish folk, or certainly no children. Everyone you've seen is an
Desperately
adult.
convey this to my companion.
Blah,
Blah 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 blah. I do like the height thing,
Yeah.
so it's even smaller than me.
Yes, very good. Exactly. Yeah, you keep that up.
Oh, he's so cute. He's trying to communicate.
Somebody put some more food in your hand, rubs you on the head. Aw. All All right. Well, if you go to the tower, you again, it's kind of this reflection pool type of thing where you come up out of the water, and there's air. There's kind of a landing where you can come out and dry yourself off.
Shaped like a dog.
As you splatter all the priceless library tomes.
Well, I explained to everyone. Blah 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 blah. Oh no, you can understand me now.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, he's just literally been doing blah, 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 blah.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, that is why. I was,
Actually, that is the worst part of it, because as you come out of the water into the air, your lungs are still filled with the fluid, so you kind of you have to vomit out all of that water before you're able to easily breathe air again.
Now, as I was saying, this is very interesting. So, what do you think of all of that information I've just told you?
I wasn't listening. Ednor, apparently there's a key-looking thing that is useful to my lady there. I don't know. You might be able to help me find something around here about that?
Do you have this key? Or we're looking for the key?
Yeah, I'm looking for the key. You see, there's this key, and it looks a bit like this, and
Oh, does it go? There's this place up here where I think it goes.
no, it goes in the temple.
If you show him the coral door, Galen, this is, so you saw one form of the impression. This is not exactly the same. It's as if you had laid the impression on another side. So now you have the idea of what the whole thing should look like.
Ooh. Yes. Actually it looks different too. There's actually I think I can do this three-dimensionally now. I have a fairly good idea what that looks like.
Insert the scene as Galen is thinking really hard and he's putting the two halves of the images together.
Practically speaking, you would actually be able to create a form of the key at that point. But yeah, that's all very well and good, but unless there's some mystical property about the key, which, given it's related to the temple, is most likely has some mystical property.
Well,
if having a physical representation of it's not going to help.
Well, if you guys are sharing information, that Bill was told that it's a mystical space, like, there shouldn't be anything but ocean past this plug of coral here, but supposedly there is a pocket dimension or a mystical space behind it.
So what we can also do, just work with a C, and if you just sort of create a 3D version of the key, just so we all know what we're looking for.
Well, tell me how you go about doing it. Let's see how clever you as players can be.
You get a bit of wood, you get a knife, and you carve away the bits that aren't the key.
Okay.
I say just a physical representation of it. It's not the physical version.
No. That's an interesting. I was in my mind thinking, hey, you could take candle wax and just melt it into the both sides of the impressions and pull them out, but yeah, you can carve a piece of wood too.
Yeah. As I said, I'm sure the thief knows lots of ways of creating key impressions.
Yeah.
Is there a candle in the upstairs area?
Oh yeah.
I don't know how you mount candle wax under the ocean when the temple knows.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not. Well, you're in air right now, but yeah.
Yeah, but in the temple version of the key.
Yep.
That would be kind of hard.
That would be harder.
Well, the
Just
first
get a bit
half
of wood.
I'll just the first one is easy. So the first half I'll use candle wax and just get a wax mold of it and smooth it out and then like pop it out using my knife once it's solidified. I'm assuming I'll pour the wax in it and then like leave.
Yeah.
So that I can come back and get it later after I smooth it out. But that one I'll just get like a piece of like coral, like a big chunk of coral or something, and just like with my knife just whittle it down bit by bit until it fits in there and then smooth it out.
Okay.
Coral would be easier than like wood, I would assume.
You're the thief.
Yeah. So it's what we got to work with. So that's what I'll do. And then I'll, go back and put them together, like melt the wax a little on one side and squish it together so it's glued and ta-da!
That's how we have a key.
Pat you on the head.
I did it good.
Well, you have a representation of what it should look like now.
Yep. Yeah, so I can, if we get somewhere close to it, I can try and locate this.
Well,
I
by
don't know
reading
where
the
it is, though.
description of it, it doesn't tell you the distance, so I kind of think of it as a that direction.
It's also
like in your mind, you kind of have a pointer saying that
it's
direction.
also a range of 120 watts, so it's probably
Oh
out of
yeah,
range
so
at
if
the
it's
moment.
not within, so if it's not within that
Yeah,
range,
so it's probably out of range at the moment is the main thing
Yeah.
I'm thinking of at the moment. So yeah, so
Who knows?
I don't even know where it is. So yeah, I don't know where this is. Have you come across anything about where this is?
The people that attacked us might have taken it from the fish people a while ago. The Sahwagans, I think they called them.
Sahoogan.
Sahugan.
Doggy wagons.
Is that like how they pronounce it? Sahoogan.
Yeah, it's their accent.
Like it. Like it.
Oh, so we have to go there. That could be tricky.
Yeah, because it would mean that you're heading into the depths out of this mystical aerated water that you're able to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Maybe one day we'll come back here with trinkets of water breathing.
It's more the pressure, I think, more than the water breathing is the problem.
That too. We'll get a magical submarine.
A yellow submarine?
A yellow one. Well, that's interesting, but I mean, like, could we just put that fake key into the depression and under the sea
can
and see if
try.
it works?
You can try.
You know,
Yeah,
we'll try with the
you can try it in both locations. It doesn't really do anything.
open sesame. All right, well, I did everything I could try.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no clerical spells I'm aware of even at 5th level. Because actually, I don't have a huge range of. Sure, we can make up new magic spells to do this, but the current spells available on the list aren't very useful in terms of protection from swim around underwater.
Okay, well, I mean, do we want to stick around here? Do we want to see if we can trade anything while we're down here? They might have some rare artifacts that land dwellers don't come across.
I don't know if they understand the concept of, or what they use for money, at least. It's an interesting fact about how much they do trading down here, but look at these things they have just given me. I tried to pay with coin, but they did not seem to understand the concept.
And they just gave you all these jewels?
Yeah. And these delicious fishy treats. You should try some.
I try it.
Okay, yeah. It's essentially it's a mixture of seaweed, sea worms, live fish.
Wrigley.
Yeah, it's not good.
I can cast purify food and water to just make it something that we can actually eat.
Oh no, it's it really the flavor really comes around after the first couple of seconds. No, it's is there water around here?
It's trying to crawl
Gesture
its way
everywhere.
back up out of your throat.
Oh god. Oh, God.
Oh, that's not as fun as watching it in the water. When I did it, all these tiny little fish came along and ate it all up.
I grab
No.
a water flask from a nearby scholar and just chug it.
Okay.
Ragnar,
Make me a con check.
Oh no!
Ah,
It's
Red
salt
Bull?
water. I was scared it was salt water.
No, it's not salt water, but it is a really potent distillate of some kind of alcohol. You are off your ass drunk because you don't really, you just dump it down your throat before you taste it.
Yeah,
seeing that Ragnar goes, give me. Yeah.
I crawl up into the nook where there was like a bed before, and I just curl up into a ball. Just call me when we have a plan.
Oh, that's a bad
Actually,
failure
I have
too.
an idea which Radnor may know more about, being as he's the intelligent one. Currently, they've got the space here where they've got the lighter water pressure and everything, even outside of the water. Is there somewhere we can make a mobile version of that? I.e., can we make our own submarine in some ways? I don't know how they do that. You might understand how they do that sort of stuff here, Radnor. I don't. We can make a moving bubble of it that we can go with.
We need a mobile version of what now?
Well, under here they've got the bit of water that we can breathe in and we move around in
Right.
that. Can we get a mobile pocket version of that?
I see what you're saying. The player has no idea. Does Radnor have any idea?
No, but there are plenty of scholars around you can ask.
Well, I will ask some.
Okay. What's your charisma? I don't want you to roll. Just tell me
14.
what. 14. Okay, it's not bad.
Oh,
so
that's
it's the
good.
same guy that you talked to about the coral door before. He ponders it for a moment.
Oh,
Says,
Richard.
well, we have a symbiotic relationship with certain creatures that live down here that might serve that purpose for you. He ponders for a minute. He says, just a moment. He pulls down a book and he's looking through it. You see, it's an anatomy book. It's like, yes, it is slightly incompatible with your species, but it should serve. It cause a bit of damage, perhaps, but you would live through it, certainly. You look very hale, very, very healthy.
Well, what sort of damage are we talking about?
As I said, the creature has a symbiotic nature. It will bond with you. It will burrow itself into your body. It will extend certain of its own biological features into you. It'll allow you to breathe the water out there and to withstand some of the pressures.
That does not sound like something that would be fun.
Yeah, I understand it's excruciatingly painful when it first is introduced to a body, but afterwards, it's rather inconsequential.
I'll take a lot of things inside me. I don't want that inside me.
In the name of my lady, I'll take one.
Hey now.
Well, certainly, if you would like to be the test being, as it were, for your group, I will call for one. He has one of the young folk come up, relays a message. He hops into the reflecting pool. Yes, the creature is aquatic only, I'm afraid. You will need to submerge yourself again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. So the kid brings this little cage, and it's got an eel in it. It's lamprey-like. It's got like the circular sucker mouth with the rows of teeth. It's maybe a foot long and several inches thick.
This is going to be fun. Now, which orifice does it go into? Not the one you think.
Oh no.
So the child kind of points to you, and he points at the fish, and it's just kind of
Yeah, go along with what he wants.
he's kind
Did
of
you just say the
motioning
child?
you. He's motioning. Well, it's not a child. It's a young
young
it's a
man.
Right, okay.
yeah.
Because I was going to say there weren't any. So.
Yeah, no children. Yeah. He's kind of motioning to you to like show him where you want to put it.
For lack of anything else, I'll probably just bare the chest. The sort of thing is just sort of attached to something on the chest.
Okay. Yeah, you bare your chest. He opens the cage. And the thing darts out and just like an arrow swims right to your chest and starts burrowing in. All right. Takes 7 points of damage. Then make me a con check, please.
Oh, that's going to be the fun point. Con check. Oh, that's half odds.
Crit! Oh, crit success. You just bear through it, grinding your teeth together as the eel inserts itself like a good 3 or 4 inches into your chest. Then you start feeling like little somethings, like just spreading out from the wound on the inside, like little worms wiggling around. And you feel it like it surrounds your lung, and it's like your lungs are being massaged and squeezed from the inside. It's really excruciating, painful. It's the feeling is not good. But after a moment, you can't really feel the hole anymore. It's still sitting there, kind of wiggling out of your chest, but you're breathing easier.
This is what religion does to your kids. Okay.
Yeah,
And
so
after
you've got
7
this.
rounds,
You've
I'm
got
back to
this
full,
like
unless it's continually pinging
8
me with
inches
damage after 7
long
rounds.
rest of its body just kind of wiggling out from the front of your chest. But other than that, you seem to be more acclimated to your environment. I
Give
imagine
thumbs
you
up.
all are
Okay,
just kind of
fine.
looking down into the water below to see this happen.
Considering I can talk under the water now, am I still able to go into the air and be fine, or can I not do that while I've got the eel?
No, the person who put you find that you're able to. It's not quite telepathy, but like your intent was relayed to the young fish person here, and he's like, no.
Okay, all right. I'll wait for the others. Are they? Is we sit in the party? Is that it? Do I go off my own adventure at this point, or?
Why isn't he coming back up? I ask a scholar there.
Well, he can no longer breathe air. The creature only cannot respirate in anything but water.
Can it be undone?
Oh, of course.
Oh, okay.
The host can be killed and it can be removed, or you can kill the parasite and it'll cause a lot of trauma to the host, but you'll eventually be okay.
One way or the other. As long as someone gets killed, that's what matters.
I don't want to sign up for that. Because then I won't be able to leave the water? No.
Well, as I said, it's a simple matter of killing the parasite, or yourself if you value the parasite's life more than your own, which is very noble of you.
Yeah, no.
In that case, we are going to be splitting the party because Galen will be going off to try and get the key from the fish people. So if we're splitting the party, let me know. I'll come off new character.
Or figure out another way to
God.
withstand the depths.
Yeah, that too. I'm going for this method because Galen's doing whatever it takes to get.
Hey, this is the natural method. Galen's all about the natural methods.
No, whatever it takes to get back the thing for his lady. And this is the opportunity. This is the option he had, so this is what he's going with. Up to you guys.
Well, I mean, I'm glad we're not coming here at level 1 because a D8 worth of hit points would kill us.
After 7 rounds, I look fine.
I guess you've got the ring of regeneration. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. So, as long as it's not doing more than a point of damage around, we're fine. But yeah, what's your method?
He seemed pretty
other than
intent on
this
getting
big
this key
eel in my
thing.
chest.
So I don't know. All right, thumbs up, thumbs down.
It sort of goes,
Are we going to be able to communicate underwater with each other?
I can go blah 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 blah.
Yeah, because I can't speak underwater.
And Galen can't speak to you right now, so you have no idea.
Can I still cast spells?
You want to try it?
Yeah, because it's one in particular. It's not a cleric spell I want to cast. It's a magic spell.
Okay.
In that I can once a week or something cast ESP.
Ah, yeah, it works.
which I don't have them in my notes anymore that I could find.
Yeah,
It
it
has to
works
be
just like
once a
the
week.
spell. So yeah,
Yeah.
you can
So
talk.
I'm going to connect to Radnor and explain what's going on, because Radnor is the only one I know
Right.
of that's actually a respect of the remaining parties. It would have been Fig Jam, but he's not with us anymore. So
Wow. I'm surprised you respected him, but okay.
he's a fellow nature person. So yeah.
Actually, you can do party line. You can do multiple creatures. It just takes a
Okay.
few moments for you to concentrate and make it
Yeah.
not
It's
just a
not
chaotic
gonna,
jumble.
Yeah, it's not going to be. It's not. I don't think ESP. I don't know how long it lasts, but I can connect ESP to say, okay, this is how it's working for me at the moment.
Yeah, so you guys can all
Nice
talk
indeed.
with him, not each other, just with him.
Yeah.
Can you shut it down? Because otherwise there is a continual stream from me as I explain all of the things.
As Galen goes
wow.
mad because he can't shut it off.
This is an interesting ability. Do you know why it's called ESP? Yes, I mean they call it extrasensory perception, but you
Last
know
12
it's
turns.
more than the 5 senses.
It's even worse because in real life he's got like a somewhat of a filter. His own mind, there's no filter. It's just continuous stream of self-talk.
Yeah, he doesn't have to breathe in his
Yeah,
mind.
exactly.
There's no periods or anything. It's just a run-on sentence with no spaces. Oh god.
Yeah. What are you guys doing? You going to come back your own way? Up to you.
I mean, what did the fish thing allow you to do? Breathe underwater?
Yeah, breathe and withstand the pressures of the ocean.
Oh, okay.
And
So
kind of
I
a
can
limited
leave
form of
here and go
telepathy
off.
as well. Oh, the
Yeah.
other thing that it does is it's subtle for you because you already have elven vision, but you can see a bit better.
No. Goes underwater vision too. Neat.
Nice.
So yeah. So I'm going to go off to the other temple. Well, no, go off to the other race and find the key for the temple. So yeah.
What
You guys?
What are
If
you
you-
guys
yeah.
doing?
I don't know. I know you might be able to grab a big mouthful of air or something and swim along. Maybe you can withstand the pressure.
I mean, explosive decompression can't be that bad, right?
Right.
Got explosive in it. It's fun.
Do you guys
Once
wanna-
again, this is a door that we're taking 2 hours to get through. It's a door. That's what this is. It's a freaking door.
Do you guys want to do the fish thing in your body?
I'm just concerned about, more permanent damage, but
Right, me too. I also just don't like the idea of not being able to go into the water until I remove
is
this
there,
thing.
are there any, I mean, I'm still in the library, right?
Yes.
Are there any
Mhm.
books I can find on this to find out if there's any, like what the permanent damage or?
Oh, he's already got the book
consequences
open. The book actually shows like, human physiology, and it's like, yeah, it's gonna it tears itself into you. It's gonna cause a bit of damage, but if you can survive it, it's fine.
So,
Removing
like,
it though.
is it continual damage or is it just damage
Oh no!
once? and then
Once
you're
it's
fine?
settled itself into your body and you survive that, you're fine.
It might be worth it. I mean, Galen seems okay.
But what about removing it?
Yeah, that's my other question. Does it say anything about removing it?
Oh
or-
yeah. As the guy was saying, you either kill the parasite or you kill the host. It's yeah. You can't just
Right.
yeah. One of you has got to die for it to come out.
But it's just the
Well-
parasite can leave like trauma or something like that, long-lasting effects, or if you kill it.
See, it's that concerns
Because
me.
that's what he said, and that's what I want to know about.
That's what concerns me is that we don't know how to kill the parasite.
What's
we
your
don't know how to
intelligence? What's your intelligence?
18.
Oh yeah. So mostly the unknown comes because, well, if you kill the parasite, you're leaving bits of it inside of yourself that your body will reject. So it'll either absorb it or it will treat it like an infection. Either way, it's gonna take you some time to heal from removing the
That's a
parasite.
thought. That is indeed a thought.
I don't know, guys. What do you think?
I mean, my question is that all of these books seem to be pointing out human anatomy for some reason, and yet here's an elf, and I am a halfling. So I do not
We
know.
don't know that we have any books on your. You're just an immature human, aren't you? A child of your species?
Well, no, that's not right. I am a different race. You're called colloquially halflings, but I mean that's not exactly the true name of our race. And
You have
I mean,
the usual heart, lungs. You breathe air, like the humans do.
I mean,
If your internal
I
organs are similar, your similar effects should be achieved. Just surviving the initial interface of the creature is always problematic.
I mean, I literally do not know if. I mean, I assume that is how the makers of D&D thought everything worked. Hey, they're just going to be the same as humans, but slightly different on the outside.
When you cut
For all I know,
halflings open, they've got no skeletons. They're just really a jelly mold. And
I mean, yeah, they could be. What was it? 13th century. Well, no, I can't remember where it was, but where they thought the bottom half was blood and the top half was air,
Yeah.
and that is how you breathe because they just displaced it as you did it. I mean, well, this will be an interesting new experience for me to tell everybody about. So I leap in the water.
Okay.
And I wriggle around and expose my back so that it goes in the back.
All right.
way.
So yeah, they'll bring another one out, like between your shoulder blades, kind of thing.
Mhm.
All right. Yeah, again, same thing happens. The eel darts in. Just a point of damage. Doesn't hurt that much. I don't know why he was making all those faces for.
I was gonna say,
But make the con check.
time's up.
But make the con check now.
Con check, you say? I die. It only did me 1 point of damage, but I die. That's fine. Oh, not a
you're
crit,
fine.
but
Oh, look at that
A
con.
success. Yeah. So the feeling of it extruding its proboscis into your system and kind of massaging your lungs and piercing your heart, though, that's not a good feeling. You you are able to bear through it, and after a moment, you don't feel it at all. And yeah, you
don't feel anything anymore.
you also begin to see a little bit easier. Things seem to be brighter. There's more contrast, between the darks and lights. You're able to make out things a bit further along. You're also able to read kind of like the surface thoughts of Galen, who was thinking.
Would he ever
oh,
shut
Galen.
up?
Yeah, does he ever shut up?
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
I mean,
Hey,
if you're
so
just
at the
reading the surface thoughts, and a lot of it is going to be, oh, this is interesting. Let's record as much information as possible to regurgitate to everybody else.
What I'm wondering is that when we come to get rid of it, if our body treats it as something like a disease or a poison, I could use cure disease or neutralize poison to maybe eject the fish maybe even easier without even having to kill it. Maybe if you can do that to magically expel it from your body, it's something I'll probably try when we come to get rid of it. Not when, because we're not going to get rid of it right now, but when we come to do it, I'll see if I can do that to actually extrude the eel without harming us.
Yeah.
We'll find
So
out.
Scrimbleshanks seems to have been fine with it. He just a little minor wince to his facial expression, and then he's all fine. But then he has this look of horror for a moment, and then it passes.
I turn to the other two who are up there and sort of come in, gestures.
Join us. Join
Exactly.
us.
I mean, you don't know. Maybe it's the parasite trying to get you to come in.
I look to Radnar and I just go, I'm not doing it. I'll wait here. When we're ready to go home, like, you just come back and get me. I'm
So-
not going to be good under the water. I can't use magic. I'm an archer. I'm not strong, so swimming won't be my strong suit. Like,
Yep. So alternatives. That is, you're the mage. If you can come up with another way to breathe and see and exist underwater,
Is there a spell I can learn that would do? I'm not familiar enough to. Is there a spell?
There's a
that might
6th
do
level
that?
spell, part water.
that fixes everything.
Yeah, somehow I don't think that's gonna.
Well, what kind of magic did you guys have on you? I know you have some potions, but those don't typically last very long.
Don't have any potions of water breathing.
I have lower
It's the other
water.
group.
I could get the 6th level spell lower water and just lower the ocean.
the,
Somehow I
Just
don't
drain the
know.
lake.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
mean,
I could teleport somebody.
yeah. I'm completely willing to like make a temporary character and like play that, but in character, a C is like,
Yep.
I'm going to be useless.
So with an 18 intelligence, the 3rd level magic user spell water breathing would cover you. It would protect you from. You would allow you to breathe normally underwater. It would also protect you from the pressure. It doesn't do anything though for your vision. So you'd have to find some other way to see better because it's dark out there.
How long does the spell last?
It lasts a
One day.
day per casting.
So I explained this to Dion or to AC and just like, I could learn this. You'd be fine. It's not gonna be something permanent, but you'd have to be led around by us.
Right, and if we're going to deal with those fish things, the Sahwagans that tried to kill us, like,
Sahoogan!
Sahoogan, I can't fight it underwater. I won't be strong enough. I will be in the way. Like,
Go-
a C is like, I'm not gonna be good in this. I'm gonna be dead weight. Like,
um
Oh,
Okay,
There's also a
you'd
3rd
be-
level spell, Infravision, which
Yeah,
might also help.
there's that too.
sometime when a C is not like right there and I have the other toes like, hey, look, I could cast sleep and then we could give them the thing.
EA Baraka's treatment.
Yes, I was
Have
just
some milk.
thinking that the A team where they got to put him out each
Oh.
time.
I mean, it's he's gonna be pissed, but I mean he'd get over it.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's a question for
Hey,
Dion.
somebody in chat brings up something. You could polymorph them into something more useful.
That's a possibility.
wait, yeah.
I mean, it's
polymorph people into
permanent.
a-
Okay, but here's the thing: is that I would then have to polymorph him back
Yes.
into
Yes, you
a
would.
C like the
You
next
just
day.
kill him. Then he comes
You-
back to normal.
You can't polymorph him back to a C. You can polymorph him back to human, but he won't be a C.
Yeah.
Won't look like a C anymore. But he want to do that to the pretty one.
Yeah, right.
It's more of a, I wonder what that would do to his werewolf side.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I put him to sleep and do it anyway?
Well, that's almost a question for Dion.
Yeah.
Do you want a C to come along, however reluctantly, or do you actually not want a C to come along and be someone else?
Out of character as well, I won't be useful. If we get
That's
in
got no-
trouble,
You
like,
think
Oh, yeah.
Galen's
That-
going to be
that's-
useful?
yeah, that-
That's
that's
got
not
nothing to
Scribble
do
Shags is
with
going to
it.
be,
Yeah.
the best you've ever
but
seen.
I mean, a C in character is like, I don't want to do this. I don't want this thing stuck in me. I don't want to get stuck underwater forever. I just want to go home.
In character, if
Like-
you're just afraid of not being useful, that's not true. I mean, thief skills are useful all
Fair.
around. So
I mean, he's
If
not
anything,
thinking
you'll
about
be more
using his
useful
thief
to the rest of
skills
us.
underwater.
and you
He's just
can
thinking,
still
like,
shoot a bow underwater. The ranges are limited.
Really?
Yeah, but you can still shoot a bow underwater. How do you think
Sounds
spearfishing
ridiculous.
works?
Don't you
Yeah.
get propelled backwards every time you
No.
fire?
This is how spearfishing works. And
Wait, so wait, okay, wait, big brain moment. With Radnar's 18 intelligence, because I'm not smart, could he figure out a way that I could like shoot spears underwater from my bow, like little like harpoons, or because if it's just gonna still
What the
propulse
GM is
it,
telling you is that you can use a bow underwater. It just the
yeah,
range is not
right,
what
right,
it's going to
right.
be.
Right. I'm just imagining now though, like, can I upgrade to spears while
Plus,
underwater?
I would assume that the people that we're dealing with down here are familiar with fighting underwater or
Yep.
know how to do shit like that. So you could spend a little time
Yeah.
getting with some of them about like different water fighting techniques.
You know what? That's a good idea.
Also, remember, when we entered the water, we had just sort of in the middle of a night thing, so we hadn't really fully rested up and stuff either. So we also need to rest and get all our spells back.
Right. And we still got to prepare. And we still can. So I asked the scholars, I'm like, are there any like underwater weapons that like an archer can use down there that's that you people have developed that's like effective? Or
They have crossbows that they use.
I'll take a crossbow if they use it underwater.
It won't be a magical crossbow, I doubt.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Just
fair.
a crossbow.
Yeah. Okay. I wasn't sure if they had like something special regionally.
No.
Okay.
They use tridents and they have crossbows.
All right. I'll
Ooh, tridents with electricity that generates out of them.
You know what? He kind of thinks about it for a minute. He's like, all right, I don't know how useful I'll be, but like, fine. But you better make sure this thing doesn't permanently scar me.
Yep. The way it works for underwater, if you're trying to shoot your bow or like a crossbow underwater, is there is no long range. Your short range takes the penalty of medium range. Your medium range takes the penalty of long range.
Oh, cool. So I don't get a penalty at short range at all with my skills. Nice. Because medium counts as short range for me.
But you have no long range. So like it only will go as far as your medium range will go.
Or no, it's long range with the bow counts as medium range for me. That's what it says.
Ah. So it doesn't really help you in this instance.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, the penalty is like a -1 or a -2.
Yeah. So, okay, yeah, I'm just gonna want to like hit up a store. I'm gonna think of some stuff, and I swan dive into the water.
All right. So here's the next thing. There's no store because, as Scrimbleshanks kind of pointed out, they really don't have an idea of trade or commerce.
Right.
People just kind of give you things if you need them, and then you can, if you feel like trading them back.
Okay. Yeah, I'll figure that out when we go shopping beforehand.
Steve is completely baffled by the lack of mercantile.
Yes.
People.
What is your economy here? I don't understand.
So I asked
everyone just owns everything. What?
I poked my head out of the water real quick and I asked the scholar, "Where's the best place for this thing to go inside me?"
Right up the Jackson.
Well.
Yeah.
Actually, he says that most beings choose the back of the neck.
All right, back of the neck. Go ahead. I pull up my ponytail and.
All right, yeah, it dives in for a good old
me.
chomp. 8 points of damage.
Ow!
It's probably because you were just dreading it so much. Make a con roll.
It's like when I got my belly button pierced. Everyone said, "It's not gonna hurt. It's not gonna hurt." And then it happened and I screamed. Crit!
Okay, so it actually isn't even bad when you feel this little proboscis kind of moving around, gripping your lungs, squeezing, massaging your heart a little bit.
Actually, that
Can I
feels good.
talk
Yeah, get that heart
underwater?
beating.
Yeah.
Can I talk underwater?
Well, no, you still can't talk,
Okay.
but you can kind
Surface
of get
thoughts.
surface thoughts, and you can get impressions of things
Okay.
across. So it's nothing. You can't get it. You can get across concepts, but not like full sentences.
All right. So everyone in like a 50 to 100-foot radius just hears "fuck, fuck, 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 fuck," you know, just panicking.
Right. So that just leaves Radnar.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and just.
Right?
Can I
if
just
you
swallow
if you
it?
had some other idea, go for it.
Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit of the stuff that I have from my buddy in the spaceship and light up a little bit, and then I'm gonna just stick the fish in my ear or something.
Yeah, okay, you want to stick the fish in your ear? All right.
Oh no.
So you're going
A
to have
long
like
way
this
for it to burrow.
7 or 8
Either that
inches
or
of...
swallow it.
Which one is it?
Swallow it.
I'll just swallow it. Yeah.
Eat
Well, it's
it.
got to
So-
get it's got to get your heart and lungs. So you would know
9
you
points
don't
of
want it to
damage. And what
Okay.
happens is it swallows your tongue. It basically just bites your tongue off,
Oh.
and it adheres itself down to where your tongue, goes down your esophagus. So you've got like 5 inches of eel just hanging out of your mouth.
What's the name of that? There is that species that does replace the tongue of the fish
Yeah.
or something.
Mm.
Yeah. So you go, yeah, the blood.
That hurts. That hurt a lot. You're pretty sure your tongue is gone. Roll con.
Magic gets everything back. Yeah.
I should have put it in my ear.
Oh, this is
You
funny
won't be able
though.
to
You're
hear
just
it.
gonna have this eel hanging out of your mouth the whole time. You're just gonna.
Think of how popular you'll be with the ladies with a tongue tentacle.
7-inch tongue. Low success. So yeah, it doesn't feel good as it kind of spreads through. It goes down your throat further. It just kind of wraps itself around your lungs and heart. It's not a good feeling, but you bear through it, and eventually it's fine. Other than you've got this thing hanging out of your mouth now, so you can't quite close your mouth.
So it's hanging out of my mouth?
Yes.
Like, oh, Jesus Christ, man.
It's like a tongue
You
What are
tentacle.
they going to do here? This is bullshit.
So he's just laughing surface thoughts wise uncontrollably.
It's whipping around like you're licking your lips with this incredibly long tongue.
It's
You
like
know, I'm
slapping
really
in the
not
face.
trying to get laid down here, so I guess it's fine.
I mean, this
It
might be
feels
a
completely
bonus.
normal though. Like it doesn't feel odd at all.
Yeah,
Other than
I'm
you
a,
can't close your mouth, so that would be really quite odd after
Yeah.
that.
I'm a 450-pound mage. I'm not that concerned with how I look.
Mm.
Right. So
All right, so I'm gonna talk to some of the warrior-looking types if they're around, and
Yeah.
just be like, "Hey, you guys got like any garrots? Garrot? Is it garrot? What's it called? GARROTEs? Like fishing wire, like strong wire." or anything?
monofilament preferably.
Yeah. Yeah. So again, you can't talk under the water, at least in complete
Oh,
sentences.
surface thoughts.
So yeah, so they get the idea that you need weapons, and they actually do.
Yeah.
They point you to what looks like an enormous conch shell,
Oh, jackpot.
and you see the people swimming in and out of it, coming out with like scale armor, spears, other things.
You guys just hear a ching
Yeah.
voice from a sea's surface thoughts, and he goes in.
Okay. Yeah, it's their armory. There are essentially chain shirts made of scales of much larger sea creatures. Lighter than chainmail, though. Same protection value. There are spears, tridents. You do see some of the crossbows that I was talking about with little bags of corals.
Do they have regular arrows?
Yes.
Oh, good. I need.
They
some
look a
of
little
them.
different than yours, but yeah.
All right, I'm low on arrows, so I definitely want to get a bunch of those. And yeah, like a garrote, like a wire, something like a net, maybe, or something.
Yeah, there's
I
not
can
really
use
any
to-
garrots. They don't really go
Tiny
much
nets,
in for
tiny
that.
nets.
But yeah, there's netting, and there's like repairing stuff for nets, so like you can just use that for a garrote.
Yeah. So, is a net considered a weapon, or would you just say an item?
There's actually rules for nets.
There
And,
is.
yeah,
That's why I was wondering. I knew there was in
Yeah.
like later
Yeah.
versions.
So you
Beckme
catch someone in the
has
tiny
it.
net, it's a death sentence.
So yeah, I just want like a net and net and repair kit, and then I don't know, 20 more arrows and
Sure.
um.
Anyone else need to armor or arm up? You can.
Yes, I will also need a crossbow-like thing.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
grab a
yeah.
crossbow. Yeah.
And I guess using a sword
Light.
underwater
They
is
have
not
both
cool.
light and heavy crossbows. You can grab one or the other. Either one
I
is
guess
fine.
light because I don't think I could lift a heavy one probably here. So
I don't know.
What else
Metal
did you
is
want?
definitely underwater.
I don't know. I'm guessing a sword will not work because I mean,
Yeah,
Can you
it's
use a
it's not
mace?
great.
Just
That's
gonna
why they
make
use
it.
spears and tridents. Yeah.
I'm going to stick to my mace because that's what I use.
How
It's a
much
really
damage
good
does
mace,
a trident do?
That's a good question. Let's find out.
And is it one or two-handed?
It can be either.
Okay. So it's probably a D8 and D10 for sigil.
Probably. Let me see what we got here.
Alright.
Adventuring gear.
I still have Irina's rapier, so I'm fine with a piercing weapon. It's just not magical. I have the actually. Is the shield enchanted? Because that's edged.
Which shield? Irina's?
Yeah, I have an edged shield. It's a +4, I guess, because
Mhm.
I bonused it. Yeah. So yeah,
I can enchant a weapon for 1 round. So if we really need to do enchantment,
Crossbow's a
then
D6. It's got 5 to 80 feet is short, 81 to 160 is medium. You don't get long range again, and you take the -1 penalty at short range. They just don't. They lose impact because of the resistance of the water. Crossbows are two-handed weapons. They're considered slow, which means that if you are in single initiative, you always lose initiative if you're using a crossbow. Let's see. What else? Trident. Basically the same. So like that's a D6 weapon as well. D8 if you use it two-handed. D6 otherwise.
Okay, I don't need that then. I'm all set then.
I
The bow's
guess
magical.
do they do charter smaller sized ones of those
Of the spears?
of tridents?
Yes, actually, there's a lot of gear here that would fit a child of their species, which means it fits you fairly well.
I mean, I gesture this stuff. I find one of the guards or whoever, and I gesture at the small stuff, and then I like do.
Okay, right.
Can
yeah,
I-
so
can
it's
I-
surface thought.
and
So
then-
what you get back is just a great deal of sorrow and loss. I mean, that's just the surface thought you get back is that there's an issue. That there are no children.
I mean, I knew that
Mm-hmm.
by virtue of not seeing.
Yeah.
But all right. Thank
Bill
you.
actually was told that their children were taken, so but he just hasn't shared that with you.
Oh.
Do I know who
mean,
took the children?
Yeah.
the other
The other
shark
race, yeah.
peoples, yeah.
We should go fuck their shit up. Okay, let me ask you this. DM question, or would I know, would a fireball explode and do damage underwater?
Okay, yeah, so fireballs underwater do work, but it's not good all around. It superheats the water. It doesn't go as far as you think it will, but it spreads more. You're going to get hit by your own fireball.
Yeah,
And
I'm fine with that.
it's superheated water. It doesn't count as fire.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you
No,
get
maybe not.
boiled.
Well, I don't think anything underwater is going to be, resistant to fire.
Lightning bolt?
Oh, but it will for you.
Lightning bolt just spreads. Lightning bolts are bad because it becomes an
Yeah.
area of effect that also hits you. I mean, it works, kinda.
I ask if they are aware of any like poisons from like sea urchins, or like
Oh yeah,
fish or
they just
anything.
point on a shelf. There are so like on the shelf are various like shells that have like, I mean, there's kind of like creams in them, I guess you would say,
Is there
and they're all
any that
toxins.
are-
They're all toxins.
I ask if any are specifically good against Sahwagans.
Oh,
Sahwagans!
Sahugans. There's like a kind of a mother of pearl kind of looking shell with stuff, and he points at those and just kind of nods.
I point at it as in, can I take it?
Yeah.
All right. Does he know how to apply it?
He just kind of mimes shoving your arrowhead inside the paste.
Easy. Cool. As long as I'm like aware of how not to fuck it up. What kind of poison is this called?
Just write down It's essentially it's blowfish toxin. Just yeah, just write down toxin. Uh,
Toxin.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It affects central nervous system. So if someone fails to save versus poison, they become paralyzed, and then they will die if not saved from that paralyzation after a certain amount of time.
Cool.
I'll be trying to find out basically where are they exactly. You know, how the hell do we get there, and if they know anything about the place, either you know who
Ooh.
to talk to, or just how to approach it, or
Um,
how to sneak in, or whatever.
yeah.
I'm the guy who does the tracking, so I have to find out how to get there.
If they don't have a great way to talk to you because you don't have the full range of kind of telepathy that they do, and once they figure out that you don't completely understand them, they just kind of point. It is like over there.
Would the magic spell that I have speak language, and then would give me telepathy for that?
Yeah, speak language won't help because you can't physically speak, and you need to be able to. Telepathy or ESP would work.
I would use my ESP.
Mm-hmm.
I can use ESP.
Yeah, there were a couple of you that got that bonus from
Yep,
the
I got
module. Yeah.
Randall got it as well.
I can do it once a week.
Big Jim had it,
No, he didn't.
didn't he?
I don't believe so.
It
If
was
he did,
taken
I
by-
have forgotten about it now. But
He did, but it was taken by an assassin.
Stole it right out of him.
So yeah, we probably want to get some. We're going to reconnoiter a bit, as it were, get some information. So if you want to establish ESP link between us, we can then work out where these things are. And
Yeah, I'll use ESP to do it.
All right, yeah. You got the same thing. It's once a week. You can use it. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, they basically tell you that the Sahuagin are like basically that way, and you'll know when you're in their territory because they tell you the water doesn't feel right. The water's dead. It's not nourishing. Live sea creatures don't go there, but there are dead sea creatures that do roam the areas.
my undead sense is going bing, bing, bing.
Yeah.
Oh, if they're undead, that's going to trigger my thing of I hate undead.
So do I have like dark vision or do I have infrared vision with this thing in me?
Sea vision.
Yeah. So for you, it's different.
So it's not dark vision.
No.
Okay,
You
so I
basically
don't
it
see-
amplifies what light there is, but in complete darkness,
Okay.
it doesn't do anything for you.
Okay, and then my next question is, how does my blending armor work underwater?
Oh, it works excellent underwater, actually.
Bing!
Yeah.
I'm invisible. Cool.
Not completely, but yeah.
Cool. I just wanted to make sure because I was like, man, if my blending armor is good, but these things like make it so that people can see my heat signature.
you can just see the wriggling of the eel. Instead.
Yeah.
So, Richard, if Scrimbleshanks wanted to pick up some chainmail, he can. Again, it's made of scales of large sea creatures. It's really light, but it seems to be very protective. It's basically it's half the coin weight of regular chainmail, but protects you just the same.
At all. Although it's not magical, is it? It's not, doesn't have any bonuses.
It's not magical, no.
Yeah. See, my chainmail has a bonus. So. Although if they have equivalent of plate.
But they've got a lot of shields that are made from large scales of creatures.
Yeah, I don't know that that's going to be.
Shields I got as well.
I mean, that is just going to weigh me down rather than.
Yeah, otherwise you just float to the top of the water except when you have a shield.
I think most underwater combat here it would be more about bracing and using the other person's impact against them rather than swinging weapons and hitting them properly. So I'll take some chainmail, but I don't think I need. I don't think I need the shield. I think I'll be fine without it.
Yep.
And I think I could functionally use it.
So spears, tridents, shields, chain, crossbows, and arrows can all be had here aplenty.
Do they? I don't know. I could silver a few more of my my daggers, couldn't I?
Yeah. Remember the house rule too. Like if you wield a weapon that your class doesn't normally wield, you can still use it. You just don't do more than a D4 damage.
Right. Yeah.
Although BX is very generous about whipping classes.
Well, except for mages. Mages get piss all of nothing.
Weapons, dagger.
Yeah. In this version, magic users don't get crossbows, for instance, which is something that in later versions was very useful to have a magic user in the last rank with a crossbow. You don't even get stabs. You only get dagger.
Halfling, any appropriate size. Elf, any.
Oh, give me just a second, guys. I'm going to let my doggy out here. He's making the
Any-
signs of, I'm going to lay something on the ground you're not going to like.
Nice.
Hey, bud. You want to go out for a little bit?
All right. So
I think we're about good to go, pretty much.
Yeah.
I am certain there will be things that we will find along the way.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got no idea how far away the place is from where we are. Do we need to take rations? Are we going out for several
Well, they can
days
probably
before
give
we
us-
get there?
Yeah, how far away, Bert, they can tell us how far away is it in terms of like, in terms of rations. Do we need to take rations? What I said. Shimble Shakes was asking, is that far enough away that we're going to be doing like days with the travel and stuff?
You get the idea that it's probably going to be because you don't swim as fast as they do, seeing as you don't have fins. It's going to take the better part of a day's travel for you guys.
Well, maybe we need a meal. Maybe. I don't know. I don't remember how the last thing I offered to. That's for Cedar.
Dried rations don't work very well underwater.
No, they do not. They do not.
Might actually be edible now.
They're no longer iron rations. They're soggy rations. They're mush. Just mush.
I turn to the others, and you get the impression of shrugging now.
I think that we just basically just rest up and then go.
Okay.
Yeah. Move on with the adventure.
Right?
Sorry, hold on. Is there a day-night cycle down here?
Not really, but people
Yeah,
do
okay.
seem to sleep in shifts.
Yeah, that's fine. As
Yep.
you would do.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's not going to affect our vision any more than it already is by,
Not
going
at this
now
depth.
rather than waiting 8 hours and then going. So, yeah, whatever.
Out of this depth, yeah.
Yeah, there is the small problem, though, that the cleric is fine, who just has to pray for their spells. But the wizard has to look at his spell book to re-get his spells.
Oh, he just holds it above the water.
Yeah.
Bill did get to sleep because there was like there was the little sleep area there, so you were able to refresh your spells, but you're
He
kind
put
of
them on metal.
you're kind of stuck with them until you can get back to a place where you can review your spell book.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I
Oh, you also got your rings and everything. You've charged up as
yeah,
well, so-
yeah. I mean, I'm not defenseless, so.
Yeah.
And you put the spells on like metal or something, so even if you need to refresh with the same spell book, you
I spent a
Yeah.
shitload of money the last time we had downtime on spells and scroll. Well,
Yeah.
scrolls I don't know that would do much, but I have like rings and shit too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Brings a spell storage inventory. All right. I think we can go. Shall we move on with the adventure?
All right.
The next part.
So, of course, those of you that didn't have the regeneration rings, if you rest, you're fine. Hit points are back.
I think we all have one now. Yeah.
That's right. Because you
I'm
looted the
wearing one
body.
that's labeled FJ on it.
Yeah, so make sure your spells are set for Bill. Make sure you've got your slots filled up with whatever you would have had memorized. And you set off. Again, nobody really took time to, other than Scrimbleshanks, who walked around the town and kind of got the idea of how to, move yourself about down here. The nature of the eel that's attached to all of you, and since your lungs are filled with water, you don't have a natural buoyancy, so swimming is strenuous. So yeah, let me have everybody make
Oh, the
con
natural
rolls.
grace of an elf, damn it.
Yeah, everybody make con rolls for me.
Okay.
This is basically
strength.
just going to tell us.
Wow. Wow.
This is going to tell me how long it takes you to get to the Sahuagin
5 hours.
area.
5
No,
years.
it's
Take me 5 years.
Forever, it looks like. Yeah.
Wow. Critical failure for Galen. Is there any...
We do have one reroll.
Really?
One single reroll.
We might need that for something vital later on. Like,
Yeah.
It just means if
How
you
do I
if you
open a
take the
door?
fail, it just means it is going to take you an entire day to swim to where you need. You're all going to be dog tired by the time. Well, Galen especially is going to be dog tired by the time he gets there.
I mean, it's Galen's quest essentially.
Yeah.
How motivated does Galen feel? If he's not all that motivated about getting there quickly, then I mean, the rest of us just.
Hmm.
I would spend it, but as you say, it's probably, just go.
Yeah.
Well, it's an out of character spending, and in character, of course, you wouldn't have the idea that you could spend a reroll to make it.
So it takes you all of the day to get to the region, and you definitely know when you're there because there's living coral. There's a lot of sea life through here as you're going along. Your enhanced sight given to you by the relationship between you and your eel allows you to see very large predators way ahead of time and be able to either hide or get out of the way, so that's not really an issue. But you start to come to an area where the coral is dead. It's no longer vibrant. It's no longer living. It's like fossilized, stone-like. You stop seeing seaweed and growth. You stop seeing animals swimming around. You start seeing these long stone tubes that rise from the seafloor, and occasionally you'll see like a worm-like thing kind of reach out and just grab something out of the kind of murky. The water has become kind of. They told you the water was dead, and so when you hit it, you can it's a little breathing. It's like trying to breathe in a room full of like fog and oil, like burning oil. It tastes horrible. Taking breaths of this water, just your chest hurts, but you can breathe.
When we saw the sharks that were attacking the others, were they skeleton bone sharks?
No, they were
sharks?
normal-looking sharks.
Okay.
Mhm.
Just checking.
So you enter this area of kind of still dead water. The only life that you're seeing are these worms or snake that are living in these long tube-like stone columns that are just all over the bottom of the seafloor. So you avoid them, kind of get an idea of how long they are. So everybody, give me. Actually, no. Dion, roll me a d6.
Ooh.
2.
Two.
Okay. There is a large shape that kind of breaks the water to the left of you, Dion, and you're surprised because up to this point, your vision's been good enough that you can kind of see living things, a little haloed. If nothing else, you can kind of see the shadow of them for some reason. This takes you totally by surprise.
Oh,
It's
no.
an enormous shark. Kind of swims off to your left a little bit, doing just a lazy circle, And as it turns and you can get a look at its right side, you see a exposed rib cage, ragged tear. This shark should not be alive and swimming.
You just hear in the surface thoughts, undead, 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 undead.
Yeah. All right, so you're not surprised. You see it, and as it does this lazy kind of turn, it suddenly kind of cues in on you, a C, and just kind of bolts towards you. So we're in initiative with this undead giant shark. Jameis, roll a d6 for your side. Is anybody casting?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Yep.
Okay. You guys go first.
I
Magic.
cast Turn Undead.
What is this we're looking at?
It's a giant undead shark.
Well, I think it's going to get hit with a couple of magic missiles.
Okay. We'll turn undead and magic missiles, so go ahead and do both of those rolls. What do you automatically turn or destroy?
What level am I? 8. I destroy 4 and below.
It
I
is not
turn
destroyed.
5 and 6.
It is not turned.
Oh, and at the moment I can't affect it because I need a 7 to affect anything higher at the moment.
Okay, it's an 8
And I
hit
only
die
rolled a
creature.
I only rolled a 6, so I do
Okay.
not affect it.
You do not affect it. Radnar, however, 20 points. Is that total, or do you get a +1 for each of those other die?
No,
When
that's
you added it?
that's with the +1 included.
Okay, so the shrieking skulls of Radnar tear into the remaining flesh of the creature, which does damage
Underwater,
it.
it's
Yeah.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
They're not quite as frightening underwater. Yeah, so that's
They also have
magic.
large eel tongues.
That's magic. So missile, and let me figure range here. Range of, I'm gonna half that. So 120 feet.
yeah.
It's 120 feet away.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get my shield and
Should have rolled for that before you cast, but meh.
I'm gonna brace myself behind my shield.
Okay.
It has sharp edges all around it, so if it does try to bite me, I'm hoping it bites the frickin' shield.
Okay. So no one's got missile?
No.
Okay. You guys really can't do much until it closes then. So its whole action is spent on closing. So it's still 20 feet away at the end of its action. And so it's next round. Let's have Bill roll a d6. Anyone
All
casting?
right.
I'll try casting again. It's like,
Yeah,
come on,
cast.
come on, you can do this. You can do this. Come on.
Cast again.
Believe.
D6.
Okay, it goes first this time. So it closes
It goes
the.
first. I rolled a 4.
Oh, you rolled a 4. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go first. Spells first. So what spells? Turning, and what are you casting, Radnar?
Got it off
Magic
this
missile
time.
again.
Okay, did you get it that time? Can you turn an 8
Yep.
hit die?
I turned, or how much of it do I turn is the next question. For 11 points worth of, I can turn an 11 points worth of creature.
11
Give it
hit
a
die
dice
worth?
of-
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's just one object. So you are able to turn it. How much damage do you do, Radnar?
14 points.
14. I think he's dead though. I don't think it survives the turn.
20, 34. No, it's still alive. 4 hit points left. Yeah,
Oh,
Well, I can still shoot it.
you can.
I'm gonna shoot it. D8 for magic arrow. Nope. And then
can you
it's
do
just a
4 points of damage?
-1.
4 points of damage. Come on, 4 points of damage.
-1.
Oh, you hit it. 2 points of damage. You don't kill it, though.
Oh,
I'm gonna
Come
re-roll
on.
the damage.
What?
do it. Do
Scribble,
it.
the scribble chance. Get in there
There
and
we
stab
go.
it.
Yes!
Got him.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, so it stops as it tries to flee from you. The arrow pierces what remains of its brain, and it seems to be enough. And it just kind of dead weight as it just kind of rolls and just hangs there in the sea.
Woo!
I float there.
It's all thanks to you, Scrambleshanks.
Give you all a thumbs up.
Yeah, Fig Jam would have been in there doing that last bit of damage.
Everyone needs a mascot.
Yep. So with this encounter, one thing you're able to determine is the undead sea creatures give you almost no warning because you really don't see them until they're very close.
Mm. Fortunately, there's no magical spell of detection undead, which is really weird. But yeah.
All right, so everybody's
It's
benefiting
still evil,
from
but no undead.
everybody's benefiting from the eel now, but only those that are demi-human. So Elf, since you have the thermal vision as well, roll me a d6.
Ooh. I get a 3. Nothing.
Yeah. You're not seeing anything that stands out. So you know what the kind of coral and shell city of the other merfolk looked like. And you're not seeing anything like that here. Well, all you're seeing is the floor is just filled with these stone tubes that these worms are launching themselves out of. You don't see any other structures, but you must be in the area of where these Sahugin are.
Search. We continue
Swim
around
in.
randomly.
Just continue to swim in. Okay. Yeah,
Do
good
you
enough.
have any idea
It's this
where in
way.
this area? Right,
It's this way.
I follow you.
Oh dear. Hi, another undead shark.
Something.
Okay, so
Undead octopus.
oh, sorry. Let me take care of my doggy. He seems to be done. You ready?
Oh no.
You ready? Are you all done? Did you pee on the world?
For those following on at home, a 1 on a d10 means we had a random encounter.
He has successfully peed on the world.
As have we all.
Right. Yes.
I don't
So,
own a globe.
everybody, roll me a d6.
I get a 3 again.
Okay.
Apparently, roll
So-
for 3s is what I'm doing.
So nobody's surprised. You're
Well, I haven't rolled yet.
somebody might be surprised then. Let's have it, Bill. No, you're fine too. So, previous experience with these tube worms have told you that if you stay above a certain height in the water, you're well out of their range. You've gone deeper into this very still, very dead water, and again, just these columns.
Oh.
Just,
Anyway, continue. Once
You're noticing-
once this fight's over, I'll do it.
You notice that the columns of stone are getting thicker and thicker, and then as you're swimming over what you think is a safe zone of the water, the worms come out. A few of them come out, kind of sniffing. This kind of what they look like, the water waving towards you, and then from the larger cones, some of these worms launch themselves out of the stone tubes at great velocity, just heading straight for you. So you see it happen. You're not surprised by it. Let's have Bill roll a d6 for your side.
All right.
Is anybody casting?
They're not undead, so no. At least as far as I'm aware, they're not undead.
This is undead we're facing?
No, this is not. It doesn't. They seem to be worms of some sort.
Wonder what Radnor's dyspeptic bowels would do to it.
You want to find out?
No, I think I'm gonna hold off and see what happens.
Okay.
Simultaneous then. There's enough of them
Crap.
launching. Hold on. Let me do it this way.
Full defense. Anyway, because I was just going to try and swim
Nine
out
of
of the
them.
way because they're moving in a direction. I'm just going to try and move out of the way. Just going to swimming past.
Enough
So
of them
basically full
launch
defense.
that everybody has 2 worms heading straight for them. But Bill, you have 3 coming towards you. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, so they're launched themselves at you. They're going to make attacks. That's what they're doing. So let's just go down. Dion, what are you doing?
Are any in shooty McShoot distance?
It's a simultaneous, but they have to move to get to you, so you can shoot. If you kill it before it reaches you, I'll say, yeah, you do kill it before it reaches you, but otherwise it's going to collide with you.
Alright. 7 is a no.
No magic, yep.
I'm gonna try and shoot it.
So there are 2 coming at you. You can only shoot one of them. Go for it.
Left.
Boom. AC 7 is actually going to miss.
Oh, damn. Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and roll their attacks while we're going down the list here. 12, 13, 12. So what's your AC?
5.
Mine?
Yeah, yours.
-7.
Oh, no, they just stream right by you.
Yeah, I have lending armor.
-7.
Yeah, shield's a +4 and the +3 armor.
So Galen. 2
basically,
on you. What are you doing?
Full defense.
Full defense, okay.
I'm about trying to get out of the way. Treat it full defense.
What's your armor class?
Assuming I can use everything. Full defense is +2, effectively, isn't it?
Yeah.
So -3, effectively.
Misses you too.
Cool.
So there are 3 streaming towards Radnar. Radnar, what are you doing?
Full defense, I guess.
You gonna do full defense as well? Okay.
Yeah.
The 16 might hit. What's your armor class?
5.
5 plus 2, 16, 19, 20, 22. One of them hits you. Okay. It's actually not too bad. Just take 3 points of damage from just the brunt attack as it slams itself into you. But when it does, it kind of releases an ink into the water around you, which you can't help but breathe in. Make me a save versus poison.
Ooh.
All right. Oh.
Fail. Okay. Yeah. You can't help but kind of breathe it in through this bond that you have with your symbiote. And your system just kind of shuts down, like you lose feeling in your hands and feet, and you just kind of go limp and just float.
Okay.
All right.
Is that paralysis or is that poison?
This is poison. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Richard Scrimbleshanks, what are you doing? You got 2 coming at you.
I mean, the things are coming at me, so I basically just brace the trident so that one of them jumps onto the points.
Sure. Yeah. You brace for collision. That's fine. What's your armor class?
It is a 4.
A 4. So 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, with the chainmail, it is a 4.
Do you have a shield or no shield?
No, I didn't get a shield.
It's a trident.
Yeah. So, okay. So here's what happens. One would hit you. You braced for impact, so you're going to be able to do your damage first. If you kill it, go ahead and roll damage. It just impales itself.
Damage.
Just roll damage. It impales itself on your spear.
All right. I don't know if I have.
Did you hold it 2-handed or 1-handed?
That is essentially it, but I don't know if I have to hold it 2-handed because, I am a halfling. I guess it was the child version.
Yeah, the question is, the main question is it sized for you as to whether or not you can use it or not?
Yeah, okay, so here's a d8. 6
points
damage.
Okay. To be fair here, I'll roll a d8. So it had 7 hit points, so yeah, you don't quite kill it. So it does. It kind of just impales itself on your spear and continues on to slam into you. 2 points of damage, but make a save versus poison as it just kind of sprays this ink into the water surrounding you and it.
This is poison, you say?
Poison.
Yeah, halfling.
I was gonna say I need a 6 or greater.
You're fine. I mean, like your body feels a little tingly, and you kind of lose sensation in your fingertips a little bit, but otherwise you're okay.
Give me more poison. Come on, I can take it.
Yep. So that's a simultaneous round. Next round, go ahead, Richard. Roll a d6. Is anybody casting? Bill, you are paralyzed. And the creature that you're attached to is also paralyzed, which means its gills aren't working, which means you're drowning.
Question.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Now we've seen these things attack. Do they actually then turn around and come back, or will they just continue?
You won't know until this action, because
I think we've seen them attack other things though.
No, this is the first time you've seen them launch out of the
Okay.
tubes. Yeah.
I am going to go try to get to Bill and cast a spell. I'm going to assume they're not going to attack me. I'm going to assume that I'm fine. I'm not going to be attacked.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. So you're not casting. All right. So they
No,
get
I
a
am
4.
casting.
Oh, you are
I'm going to
casting.
Bill and
Yeah.
casting a spell.
So
So
you
I'm
guys
assuming
go
I'm not gonna be
first.
hit.
Spells first. So you paddle over to Radnar, who's just kind of rolling
Neutralize
in.
poison. Fucking 4th level spell I'm spinning on you, mate. Bit of evil, anyway.
All right. Does he have to
Yeah,
make a save or
neutralize
is it
poison.
instant?
I believe it's just instant neutralize effects of poison on a character. Blah blah blah. If it's died, then it can revive. No, it doesn't say anything about save or anything. Just boom.
Okay. Yeah, you're fine.
Neutralizes.
So yeah, your paralysis is gone. The gills on the thing you're bonded with start working, so you're able to pull in oxygen again.
Well, I guess the creature doesn't count as a poison then. Otherwise, I'd have
So-
neutralized everything.
That was spells. So we're
Yeah.
into melee. What do you guys want to do?
No, I don't think Bill can do anything.
Yeah, Bill can't do anything. Let's start with Dion then. Dion, you've got 2 of them. One of them kind of streamed past you, and its trajectory is still making it shoot. So it's just out of your. Well, you could actually shoot it if you wanted to, but it's past you. The one that hits you though is still kind of squirming around you. You see that again. It doesn't seem to have teeth or eyes though. So you're not exactly sure what it can do to you, other than it's kind of just peeing out this black ink into the water around you. So what do you do?
That's the one that Scrimbleshanks attacked, right?
No, I attacked my own.
Oh, there's
That's
more
the one
than
you
2.
attacked.
Oh.
Yeah.
Um. How is this thing too small to fit in my net? Like, can it go through the squares in the net? Width-wise?
Let me a luck check. We'll leave it to the luck check.
Hi, baby.
It's
low.
yeah. So yeah, it's small enough that the net's not really going to be an obstacle to it.
Okay, so net's not a good idea here. I'm gonna try and like, yeah, let's try and shoot it again, I guess.
Okay.
From, I would say this is short range now, so D8 for magic arrow. No.
Yeah, you're still on a
Nah.
-1 even for short range though because it's in the water.
Yep. So -1. Boop.
Oh, that's gonna miss.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, you fire at it. So Galen, we already know
I
what you
spelled.
did. You commanded the spell.
Yep.
Bill, you can actually perform an action.
Okay, I can't cast or anything right
Can't
now.
cast though. Yeah.
What? Oh, but I've got rings. Does that count as casting?
No, you can use a ring.
Okay, I'm gonna magic missile something.
Sure. You got one that was the one that spewed on you is still right here. The other 2 just kind of jetted past you. So you can shoot at the ones that passed you, or you can shoot at the one that's right here next to you.
No, I'm fucking put my ring right up next to his face and cast at him.
Blam!
Hell yeah.
They call this magic fist.
Well, 12 points.
Oh yeah, the thing just disintegrates into just a meaty mass that kind of just floats in the water around you. All right, Scrimbleshanks.
I give it the finger as it dies.
Yep. Let's see. One of them did hit you. That's right. It ran itself on the
Yep.
spear. So the other one just kind of jetted past you and is still on a trajectory, going away from you. But the one that's nearly dead, like you can see.
I mean, yeah, I just wiggle it around on the end of the trident to see. I hope that the thing widens the holes in it.
You know what?
So
I'm
it dies
I'm
out.
gonna say it's only got a point left, so that kills it. Yeah, you just kind of rip it apart. You just just bisect
Fair
it.
enough.
Yep. And
Yeah,
then I
okay.
just let it float down to the bottom of wherever it goes.
Okay.
That's it.
So on their action, the worms actually are really ungainly swimmers. So the ones that kind of had a trajectory past you, they continue on until they are slowed by the viscous water, and they start to wiggle like they're trying to come back your way, but they're really slow and just ungainly swimmers. So you can be out of combat or not. It's kind of up to
I
you.
have
no.
no interest in continuing combat. I don't know about you guys.
It's time for the dramatic slow motion chase.
Yeah.
They're very slowly getting away.
Yeah.
All right. In which case, Galen, roll me a d6 again.
Is this for direction or finding things?
Just see if your elven vision can pick up something
I
different.
Cast locate object on the key.
Okay.
I finally remembered that's the point of me learning about the freaking key, was to see if I actually...
Make me a luck check.
High, always high. Boing. Yep.
Okay. It's weak, but you do get kind of a ping.
That way.
It's, yeah. So the spell's description is it doesn't tell you distance, but it must be within its spell range. So that way. So you start swimming in that direction. And again, sea floor just barren of all life except for these stone tubes. But in the distance, your elven eyes start to pick up a heat signature. At first, I mean, it's enormous, whatever it is. Swimming closer. You start to get close enough where you can kind of make it out. It is the remains of some kind of enormous leviathan that just is resting on the floor. And you can see that there's like these Sahagwin riding their sharks, kind of have built a city within its corpse. And your spell is telling you the object is down there.
So, are we Leroy Jenkins into this?
Blub, blub, blub.
Sort of surface thought. Observe, look around, scout, reconnoiter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everybody can roll me a d6.
Yeah.
Everybody.
4.
Nothing.
1.
Ooh, there you
Scribble
go.
Shanks.
Go halfling.
You are able to, after watching the patterns for a moment, you are able to detect that there are guards. They seem to be on, they seem to come through at fairly regular intervals, but maybe 200, 300 feet is kind of like their perimeter that they kind of surround this enormous corpse. And when I say enormous, like this corpse just kind of stretches across the landmass like some kind of bony mountain range. So yeah, they do have perimeter guards, it looks like. Fairly loose.
All right.
I mean, you count maybe half a dozen of them to cover that whole range.
Well, I guess I can convey this to the other. It's the walking motion of the things, and then I can count it out by slapping my hand against my hand.
It's charades.
Point down there. Exactly. Yeah. This is where Scribble Shanks excels. I've got it noted down as well.
Because we all know that Scrimbleshanks' ability to communicate anything is hampered if he can't use expressions, because it's part of it. It's
Okay. So I indicate, okay, you tell us when to go. Try and get in there, since you can tell when the guards are. Right. On your count,
I guess I can.
lead us.
I attempt to work out the maths in my head about how fast we can all swim and how long they take to go around.
They're not nearly enough of the guards to cover the entire perimeter of the thing, and you kind of time it. You kind of know Galen seems to be the worst swimmer in the group, so you kind of time it to him, and you figure, it'll be close, but he's like, now. So everybody make me con checks, please.
Oh, dear.
And did I happen to roll the right character for this adventure?
Crit!
Fail.
Oh,
Oh no, I didn't. Failure as well.
Oh,
Everyone failed.
Everyone
that
rolled
move.
17.
Wow. Okay. You unfortunately, some of you are not swimming as well as you have before. Maybe you're
I got my
worn
second
out.
one.
Galen is just like a missile going right towards it.
He knows where he's going.
So you
You
do
know,
It's
not.
just because I just took my time to get here in the
Yeah.
first place. I've got enough puff now to get there.
So you do not quite make it before one of the watchers come back around. I'm just going to have him roll a. No, he sees you.
I have
So
the blending armor. Am I visible?
it doesn't matter if you are not. Enough people
Okay.
failed that.
Yeah, 3
Yeah.
out of 4 of us failed.
Right. So a conch-like shell is brought to the creature's lips, and you don't so much hear as feel in your bones, like a deep bass kind of reverberation that's answered in other points around. So the part of the structure that you're heading for, you make it there, but you didn't make it there clean. So the scouting force is kind of converging on your location. You got a little bit of time though, so you swim in. The city that's kind of growing up inside the creature's gut is mostly an existing rock outcropping that's been hollowed out, and you can see that some of these buildings have bright lights shining out of them. You've gotten to a fairly dark area of the city, though, so you're able to come in. The guards are notified, though; they're kind of converging on your spot. What do you want to do?
Rug, look at Galen.
Galen, you've got a strong scent. How long does that spell last?
Which is it? 6 turns.
Okay. No. 6 turns is 60 an hour. So
okay.
Still going on. So you kind of got an idea of where to be heading.
I do wonder if this would work because of technically how things, from physics point of view, would a silenced 15-foot radius basically obliterate ourselves, our presence in the water, because there's no vibration outside of a particular barrier.
Well, they do have sharp. Well, it might be. I mean, you know that like the way that trumpet kind of worked, they do seem to sound, or the transfer of sound through the liquid seems to be a thing. So it might work for you. You want to try it?
Yeah, sure. Fine. I'll cast silence 15-foot radius.
Okay.
Silence may be cast upon a creature. Well, I can just cast it on something I have. That's fine. It doesn't have to be cast.
So what's the radius?
15 feet.
Okay, so you don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to be that close to each other, but that'll work. Okay, so I'm going to treat this as if you were sneaking. Okay, so like if they get close enough to get visual inspection of you, it's not going to help a lot. But until then, yeah.
And that lasts 12 turns, so that's 2 hours.
Yeah.
So we will not be able to say anything to each other for 12 hours.
Yeah.
For 2 hours.
Well, it doesn't affect the telepathy at all. So you're still speaking in the way that you have to. All right. Actually, you know what? This is we're just a few minutes out. This is probably a good place to call it here. You've got guards coming to the spot. You have cast silence on yourself that kind of makes it harder for them to track you. You got an idea of where you're heading, but then there's this just city of the dead that you're kind of going into. So yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Turn undead. No, that doesn't actually.
Turn the city.
I was wondering about that, but I don't think I can roll 2d6 high enough in order to do that.
So can you turn a 100 hit die creature? No.
Yeah.
No?
Sure. Sure. No worries. Yeah.
All right. So we'll pause
you're
it there.
inside it. Where would it run away from? Would it split itself into multiple parts? And wow.
It casts its own version of dyspeptic bowels, and it expels you. Yeah. Dion, what do you got going on?
Well, earlier today we beat Mother 3 on the Game Boy Advance, so now we're just thinking about what game we're gonna play next. I'm juggling between a couple of options, just kind of trying to feel what I want to do, if I want to struggle through a series or not.
Fantasy.
But, yeah, I know,
Play fantasy.
I'll look into it. I don't know right away. I might do like an old school section for a bit in a while where I'll do like Ultima and all that, but I don't know. I think I want to jump back into like Super Nintendo era for a bit.
Shadowrun. Play the Shadowrun game. Come on.
Oh god. Oh no.
It's good.
That's you can find me at Substance Used. Yeah.
Sounds good. Jameis, anything happened on your blog lately?
No, not really. In terms of video games, I'm playing Hogs at the moment. I did try Far Cry 6, but it only works if I shut down everything else on my computer.
Oof. Yeah. Yeah. My computer made the magic black smoke come out, and now it's not working. So we're running on backups
It will
tonight.
happen. Mm.
Yeah, which I noticed that I lost a bunch of frames, but it seems to be okay. We'll see what the VOD looks like. Bill, you got anything going on for the frogs?
Just running the just still running Lost City Baracus. We've got a couple of spots in that. If anybody's not busy on Wednesday nights, come check it out. It's Frog God Organized Play.
Good, good. Richard, have you streamed lately?
Blah 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 blah. Richard. Blah 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 blah. Video games badly. Blah 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 blah.
No vowels.
LMTD Blah 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 blah.
Yes.
Limited
Limited
time
offer.
time
No
offer.
No vowels.
No vowels.
No air either. Right. So yeah. And there's all of our socials there. Check out the podcast, Blue Magic, BLUMAGIK.com. The next game is going to be Sunday for some Shadowrun using the Tech Noir system. And then next Tuesday will be first edition Dungeons and Dragons. Check out the YouTube channel where all the backups of these games get put eventually. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for playing. Hopefully this turned out okay. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Good night, everybody.